guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing my temperature blanket progress with you guys. I am doing two separate temperature blankets. One is a variegated blanket using I Love This Yarn and the moss stitch. And then the other blanket, which I'll be sharing with you first, is a crochet sampler blanket, crochet along with Tiffany Hansen here on YouTube. And I am doing 2 rows per week on that blanket. I'm doing the weekly average high and the weekly average low. On the other blanket, I'm tracking daily temperatures, the high for the day. So let's go ahead and get started. If you have any questions, definitely leave them below. I will try to answer a few that I've had lately today in this video. But if you are wondering all the colors that I chose and why I chose them and a little more information, I will put my temperature blanket playlist in the description so you can check out those past videos and you will see more in depth about the blankets there. So let's go ahead and get started. So for this week, the weekly average high was 57 degrees and the average low for the week was 39 degrees. So here is my chart for the sampler blanket. So I'm only doing 5 colors. And so for the weekly high, we used pale yellow, and for the weekly low, we used light jasmine. And so that is, here's the pale yellow. And then here is the light jasmine. And that is all that we've used so far. That's the only 2 colors. But I am really loving the way that this is looking. And I think it's going to be a really pretty blanket at the end of the year because even though I'm only using 5 colors, you know, we're doing different stitches each month. So this first month, so each month we'll have 6 rows since I'm doing 2 rows per week. So this first month was the crunch stitch, and then this month is the bead stitch. Well, it's bead stitch and then a row of single crochet. So you can see here, here's my most recent 2 rows. There's the pale yellow for the 59, 57 degree average, and then here is the light jasmine for the 39 degree average. But yeah, I really like the way that this is looking so far. I am excited to use a new color. But I really like this purple and yellow together, and I like the way it's just working up. I think it looks really cool. So excited about that one. I've never done a sampler blanket before, so it's fun to do the sampler while also doing it as a temperature blanket. So I've had a lot of fun with that one, and I'm really excited to see what the March stitch is going to be already. All right, so now for the variegated blanket. So I did want to give a little bit of information. I've had some questions. I was not sure how many chains to start with or how wide to make it because I really had no idea how long it was going to end up being. So I just kind of went with it and chained however many I thought I should. So I chained about 190. And I just measured it, and the blanket at this point is 45 inches wide, which is a little under 4 feet. I would have, if I was going to do it again, I probably would have chained more like 230. I think that would have been a good size, about 4.5 feet wide. But, you know, it's okay. And then at the 1 month mark, I measured the length, and I think it's going to be around 90 inches long, so that is about 7.5 feet long. So it is going to be about 3.75 feet wide and 7.5 feet long. So, like I said, I wish I would have made it a little bit wider, but it's okay. It's still going to be a good blanket size, so I'm fine with it. But I did want to go ahead and give that information because I have had a few people ask. So like I said, if you want to see all the yarns that I chose 10 different skeins. You can look at those past videos and I will show you that. But For this week, here's the 3 colors that we used. So we used more of this spring green. I would say that spring green is the color that I've used the most. And here's my temperature chart again for this blanket. So spring green is for 51 to 60 degrees. And then this is my favorite color, sunset. And this is 61 through 70. And then the cinnamon cedar here, we've used quite a bit of that as well. I'd say this is the second most used color, is 41 to 50 degrees. So we have 41 to 50, 51 to 60, and 61 to 70. So real quick, I'm gonna go over what the high was for each day, and then I'll show you the blanket. So for Tuesday the 7th, it was 65 degrees, so that sunset color. And then for Wednesday the 8th was 58 degrees, so spring green. Thursday the 9th was 66 and the color sunset again. And then Friday the 10th was the coldest day we had. The high was 46 degrees and we used cinnamon cedar, so only 1 row of the cinnamon cedar this week. And then Saturday the 11th was a high of 51, so spring green again. And then Sunday the 12th was a high of 58, so spring green again. And then Monday the 13th was 63 degrees, so sunset. I would say that these temperatures are higher than normal for our area. I would say most of the time in Kentucky in February, it is usually more like in the 40s. So we did have, one day in the 40s, but the rest of the time has been in the 50s and 60s. So it's been some nice weather. So anyway, we did 3 rows of sunset, 3 rows of spring green, and 1 row of cinnamon cedar. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the blanket, and I'm loving the way it was working up. I let you guys know last week that I was really wanting to use that sunset color again. We hadn't used it in a couple weeks, and so we got to use that 3 times. So it really added some bright, fun colors to the blanket. So here is what it is looking like so far. I really, really enjoy the moss stitch a lot. One thing I will say, if you are doing a moss stitch blanket, I would recommend going down a hook size when you chain, because as you can see, it's kind of wavy at the bottom because it's looser. So that could just be me, that I chain loosely, or just the way that the stitch works up. But if I was going to do it again, I would go down like a half a hook size. So I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook for this blanket, and I'm using a 7 millimeter for this blanket, holding 2 strands together. I always forget to mention that I'm holding 2 strands together. But for this one, it's a single strand. And so let's see, where did we start? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we started in this color sunset, which is of course the bright colors you see here with the bright fluorescent orange, which is over right here. So it has bright fluorescent orange as well as some bright purple. So here, this last row was sunset, and then the first row was sunset, and then 1 row in the middle was also the sunset color. You can see that here with this bright pink. And then the cinnamon cedar row is where you see this orange and burgundy color. So, and then it also has some greens in it over on this side. And then the other 3 rows, you can probably see where the spring green is. So this row here and these 2 here. So yeah, I am really, really, really loving this. To me, it looks like watercolor, or I've said it before, but like stained glass. I just think it's so pretty and I love it. I cannot wait to get it done, which, it's going to be a long time before it's done. But isn't it nice when blankets get to be big enough when you're working on them that you can use them while you're working on them? I think that's always fun. So anyways, yeah, it's been a good week, and I think this week already, like, we're gonna be able to use a new color this next week coming up, because we're gonna have a day, actually it's tomorrow, it's supposed to be a high of 73 degrees, which is crazy for February. So I'm so excited. We'll get to use a new color that we haven't used before. So yeah, I really hope that you all have enjoyed seeing what this is looking like. And that looks so cool right there. I just got distracted. Do you guys get distracted by, I'm sure you do, yarn and all that? Of course you do. If you're watching this, you're probably a lot like me. So I lost my train of thought by the beauty of the blanket. But I just love this so much. I just love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So anyways, I really hope that you enjoyed seeing that. I would love to know how your temperature blanket is coming along. I know that so many people are doing so many different variations of temperature blankets, and it's so fun. I cannot wait to see everybody's at the end of the year. So definitely let me know how yours is coming. Have you found it a struggle to work on? Has it been something you look forward to? Are you behind? Let me know. I originally was planning to crochet 1 row each day, but it's actually worked out better for me to on Mondays work on my temperature blanket. So I do these videos on Tuesdays. So on Mondays, I just sit down and catch up on the temperature blanket, and it maybe takes me an hour or so. So not that bad at all. But for the verse of the day, this verse I found in this book by Martin Lloyd-Jones, which he's one of my favorite pastors. He's passed away now, but he was the pastor at Westminster Chapel, I believe, in London, for a long time. And I think he preached back in the 60s or so, and around that area. But this is the book, Seeking the Face of God. It's 9 reflections on the Psalms. And I haven't got very far into it, but the verse I wanted to share with you is Psalm 14:1, and it says, "The fool has said in his heart, there is no God." So short verse today, but I just really felt like I wanted to share this one today. You know, especially in this science-driven world that we live in right now, a lot of people make Christians feel stupid, like we're dumb for believing in God, you know, that we don't believe in science and blah blah blah. But I love science and I love God, and there are so many amazing YouTube channels out there that are run by very intelligent people who are in the science field in all different ways, whether it be astrophysicists or biologists or whatever it is, that are Christians that believe in God and that use the same set of facts. They're the same evidence that everyone else is looking at, but they interpret it from a Christian point of view. So everybody, all the scientists, whether they be secular or Christian, all have the same evidence. But it's the way that it's interpreted that makes the difference. So there is much scientific evidence that points towards God, but that's just what this verse reminds me of. You know, when you look at the fine-tuning of the universe, when you look at the variety of animals and plants and humans and how complex we are and how complex our brains are, and just so many more things. I mean, our emotions and just the intricacies of like the human eye, just so many things point towards a creator. And, you know, being a Christian, I think it's hard for us to understand how anybody could look at this earth and not believe that there is a creator behind it, believe that this all happened by chance. And so, yeah, that's just what this verse reminds me today, that the fool has said in his heart, there is no God, because the evidence is everywhere. And the Bible also says that it's clearly seen, that no man has an excuse, that it's clearly seen in nature that there is a creator. So anyways, I just wanted to share that verse with you guys today, and I really pray that you've had an amazing start to your week. We will be out of town starting Thursday afternoon. So I'm not for sure yet how I'm gonna work that out with my videos, but I definitely will be posting again sometime this week. So not sure if I will be doing my Everything I Crocheted This Week video early or late, or just do another 2-week update next week. Because I also have a haul video I've been needing to film for you guys. So let me know, would you prefer, if I'm only able to get one video out this week other than this one, would you like it to be a haul? Or would you like it to be my regular Everything I Crocheted This Week video? Let me know. I may be able to get out both, but if not, let me know what your choice would be. So anyways, may God bless you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!